everyone, welcome to my show, Breaking Chains, the Whitney Project. I'm just going to give you a little heads up if you're someone that deals with massive anxiety, and while you deal with anxiety, you get heart palpitations. What are heart palpitations? What they are is when you get anxiety or something happens in your body, your heart rate speeds up due to adrenaline or other hormones that cause it to be told to speed up. So if you get nervous, generally your body feels like it's in a defensive mode and the heart rate will increase. That is heart palpitations or tachycardia. Now, if you deal with this often, it can be really, really scary. And I'm not telling you to not seek medical attention if, in fact, this is happening to you. But on the other end, heart palpitations happen a lot, and it can be very frequent for some people. If you are having these spells where your heart rate is very high multiple times a day, then I recommend you do see a medical professional in all aspects of this and talk with them about what is going on so we can find what benefits you. So today I'm just going to tell you how to decrease your heart rate if you're dealing with high anxiety, because that often scares people a lot. They get real nervous, suddenly they can feel their heart beating in their chest and they're a little scared, they don't know what to do, so they start getting more nervous and the heart rate therefore increases. I'm going to tell you what I personally do. So sometimes out of nowhere, my heart rate will just skyrocket. It'll be like 120 to 150. That's pretty high. The normal heart rate is between 60 and 90. And if you're somebody who deals with this a lot, you can go online and buy a pulse ox, which will read your pulse and how high your heart rate is. And if you really need somebody to check yours, don't get too worried if it's under 100. It's normally pretty okay. Even up to like 110, that's not terrible, but it is high. So you do have a baseline where your heart rate normally lies, and it's different for everybody. So don't think because yours is different that's bad. So when this happens to me, suddenly my heart rate is really high. So what I personally do is the first thing I do is splash cold water on my face. The cold water will actually stimulate your body to slow down, and it will cause your basically your nervous system to say, hey, heart rate, time to go down. So that happens. So usually it almost feel like I can take a huge breath, because a lot of times I feel like I can't breathe because I'm nervous. It's not that I really can't breathe. If you're talking, you're breathing, but it just feels like I'm struggling to breathe because of the fact that my heart rate is high. So that's what I first do. Really cold water. I keep splashing it on my face for about a minute. Run cold water under my hands. Even maybe take a cold shower if it's really bad. Then after that, I go and drink a whole glass of cold water. That can actually take all of your anxiety away, studies find. A lot of times all it is you're dehydrated because you've probably been drinking coffee all day. So I drink that cup of water, I start to feel better, usually after that. Another thing you can do, rub the sides of your neck, like this, under your ears, the tops of your ears, your eyes, rub your eyes, right here and right here. You can rub this spot, go like this, and do this for about a minute, just right in here. My nails look terrible because I have to get them redone. I ripped the nails off that I had on. Now I look ghetto, right here. So these are pressure spots. Even holding this spot on your hand for up to 2 minutes can help. And a lot of times if you're having trouble breathing at your nose, pinch this part for about a minute and then let go, and you can actually have better with your breathing. So that's very, very important. So this is something that when you're focusing on it will relax you. Now what I'm going to tell you is that if you keep worrying about the fact that your heart rate is high and you keep checking it and being all crazy about it, it's only going to make it worse. A lot of times I have to stop and talk to myself with my good voice. I have two voices, a bad voice and a good voice. My bad voice tells me to do bad things. My good voice tells me to do good things. My good voice comes from years of coping mechanisms and people that have passed away reminding me to be a better person. So my good voice says good things to me like, Brianna, you're going to be okay. You've had these episodes for years. It's normal. Just see how long it goes. You're a strong woman. You're very, very a good person. You know what you're doing. You're going to be fine. That's my good voice. So start talking to yourself in positivity while you're having these episodes, and it will actually help out. So that's something I've actually learned for people that if you have anxiety like that, that will help you a ton. Also, if you're dealing with anxiety like that and your heart rate is super, super high, another thing you can do is even rub your wrists. The last thing I'm going to tell you is kind of like bear down like you're going to the bathroom, like you're pooping, or just like clenching. Clench all your muscles as hard as you can. And just, well, I don't want you to hurt yourself, but pretty hard, like you're going to the bathroom. That will cause a vagal response, which will slow your body down and cause the heart rate to slow down. Now, if you experience an episode longer than 5 minutes, I would recommend seeking medical attention at this point, because it's really not normal to have these episodes all the time, and you need to look at what medication you're taking. I take a drug called propranolol or propranolol, Inderal, and it causes my heart rate to slow down, so that works for me, and it also works for anxiety. So I might recommend that if you are somebody that deals with a high heart rate. It will bring the blood pressure down a little bit, so if you have low blood pressure, be careful with it. It is a beta blocker. Also, if you are somebody that has high blood pressure, things like metoprolol and whatnot would work for you maybe. I would talk with your doctor about it. Don't just ever take anything without a doctor prescribing it. Look at your medication list. Sometimes it's a medication interaction causing a high heart rate. Sometimes it's that you have hypoglycemia, so your blood sugar is low or it's high, you're eating too much sugar. Are you exercising? Is it from exercise? Because if it's from exercise, that's normal. If you're just sitting there and having a high heart rate, that's a little less normal. So look into that. What's causing it? Is there something triggering your anxiety? Start meditating. That's huge. Meditation will help you, especially in these times. So I recommend you try doing that as well. But that is what I have for you today. Limit your caffeine if you're someone who goes through this a lot. Caffeine is the worst thing you can do. And I have a heart condition called PSVT, where my heart likes to become arrhythmic, which means it goes all out of like whack and everywhere all over the place. So if this happens to you, go see a medical professional and be safe about it. Always go to your doctor first. Thank you. I am a nurse, but I'm not a medical provider, and I cannot actually prescribe anything or do anything of that sort. Thank you.